I felt like sometimes they would ask me to do things that I wasn't comfortable with. When you have a job and you start to feel like you are doing more wrong than good, I think it's time to leave. The reason why I left that job, it was a multitude of reasons, but it all kind of started from a TikTok. And I'll insert the TikTok here so y'all can see it. So I can't really tell you how I got to this place without telling you, the backstory. So let's get into that. Has caused an issue at work, basically. Management called me to tell me that this video is unprofessional. This video, oh my gosh, this video is a misrepresentation of the department, because as you guys know, I said it in so many videos, I don't carry a weapon on the job. That's not a part of my job. So by me having a weapon and displaying a badge, that is perceived as a misrepresentation of the department. So when they told me that they weren't happy with the TikTok and they thought it was unprofessional, I was like, okay, I can see where you're coming. Initially, I couldn't see. I was like, what? This is non-professional. But when they broke it down to me, and like some of my supporters broke it down to me, I was like, okay, well, I can see how that's unprofessional. This is their company. They want to be represented in a certain light. And if it were my company, I probably would feel the same way. So I'm like, okay, I totally understand it. Then I had to come to a crossroads, so to speak. Like, okay, so is this what I want to continue to do? Do I want to do something more? And I had already felt in my heart of hearts, like, this is not it for me. This is not it for me to just get up, go to work 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, looking forward to the weekend, hating getting up that early, because I just don't like getting up early for work. I just don't. And I don't like to be forced to do it either. After seeing so many people go to jail just for not paying probation fees, court fees, like, I don't think you should go to jail for not paying, but that was really what was happening. Like, people say like the system is all about money and probation and parole is just all about the money. And before I started, I was like, no, that's not true. And then even while I was in the job for a few years, I was like, no, that's not true. But literally, they issue warrants daily for people who did not pay. Like, I know you should get your money, you know what I'm saying, for court fees and stuff like that. The court, they have to get their money, their revenue, some type of way. But to actually arrest people for that, I feel like that was a bit much. So I'm sitting here preaching to this person, or, advising this person to be more truthful, be honest, open with me. And I can't even be open and honest with them about certain things. It's like when there's a warrant for their arrest, we can't even tell them that there's a warrant for their arrest. Like, if they literally call and ask, is there a warrant? Like, we were pretty much supposed to lie about it and be like, no, there's no warrant, just to get the person to come, and so they'll be arrested. But I just felt like that was so wrong on so many levels. So I had already been thinking these things. I think the universe kind of put this stuff into motion for me, because in a way I was looking for the next step. I mean, granted, when I started this job, it was never going to be my forever job. It's a good stepping stone. But once this all transpired, I was at a crossroads, and I had to decide, do I want to stay here? Do I want to do something different? And I was like, okay, this is the time. This is the time for me to do something different, explore what it is that I'm capable of. Like, I know I have more to offer the world than this. I know I want to give back to the world more than I'm giving right now. That was the most important thing for me. So even though I stopped doing this job way back in 2020, I'm so proud to say that I'm still helping people in this capacity. And I don't know, I feel so fulfilled. And the fact that I'm able to work when I want to work, that's top tier. But it is kind of hard sometimes, because you have to be like self-motivated. But I'll go into a whole nother video about that if y'all want to know like more information about how to work for yourself and how to create content online and start a YouTube channel, all of that, TikTok, social media in general, how to make money online. Like, I could do another video on that. I know there's a ton of videos on YouTube, so y'all can go search it up. But if you want my little take on it, I will give that to you as well. Just let me know down in the comments below, and I'll get that video filmed for y'all. I found that the best jobs I've had, or like the ones that I enjoyed the most, was the ones where I could connect with people. Like, at first, before getting into criminal justice, before even getting into healthcare, like fresh out of high school, I worked in the hospitality industry. I worked at hotels as a front desk receptionist, or a front desk agent, and I loved it. Like, I could talk to so many different people. I met people from all over the freaking world. I just went off on a long tangent. But I was able to connect with the people, and that I enjoyed the most. I thought about getting into the healthcare industry. Well, obviously I was in healthcare, but I thought about becoming a doctor. I'm a very empathic person, so to see people going through certain situations, I knew that would take a toll on my mental health. I don't think like mentally I could sustain a career in that capacity, because I know it would probably get the best of me. Like, listen, I'm very sensitive and I'm gonna cry. If I don't do nothing else, I'm gonna cry. But being a probation officer was very fulfilling, and the part that was fulfilling the most to me was the connections that you make with people and seeing how people can transform their lives. I'm not saying that a probation officer is the one who is going to be that person to make this other individual change, because that's like, you know, they're adults. You're gonna change on your own will when you're ready to do so. But I do feel like probation officers have certain tools that will help guide the person to completing their terms of probation, not necessarily bettering their life, but you know, I think there's good and bad with anything, and that includes being a probation officer. I do think we need more people who are in it for the right reasons, more people who are empathetic. You're not gonna go in that job and get paid like a whole bunch of money and like get rich. You're not gonna do that. So even if you thought for a second, like, let me do this job so I can make a whole bunch, girl, no, it's not gonna happen. But you're gonna be rich with love, okay? So if you do decide to get into this career path, do it with a good heart, do it with good intentions, because you could easily burn out. And if you need some help, or if you're interested in becoming a probation officer, guess what? I do offer one-on-one coaching services. So if you look in the description box, there will be a link, a scheduling link. You can see my calendar. You can pick a date and time to have a call with me, and we'll go over your resume. We'll go over the questions that they asked you in interviews. We'll go over whatever you need, like the requirements, where to find the jobs, the listings, all of it. I am available and I'm here at your disposal if you're interested in being in the field. I have gained so many connections, and so many gracious people have talked to me about their experiences being probation and parole officers. So I have a whole podcast, guys. I don't know if y'all know that, but I have a whole community corrections podcast. It's on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all of that. It's called Two Heads Podcast. I will also leave the link in the description box. Go ahead, search it up. If you want to hear from probation and parole officers across the country and hear their real unfiltered experiences on the job, like how they got the job, like their background before they even started, like, y'all need to check it out. It's some major information, especially for people who want to be in this field. I'll leave the link down below. To have freedom of your time is like top tier. It's nothing like it. And me being a person who's basically working for myself for the past 2 years, I don't think I could ever go back. Well, I could if I had to, obviously. But I don't think I would choose to go back to work for someone else where my time is so, you know, it's so structured. Well, structure is not the issue, but it's where somebody is dictating when I come, when I leave. Like, I don't want that. If it's a job where I have the flexibility to come in, you know, at my schedule, like create my own schedule, then that would probably be more beneficial. And I don't have to go and get approval to take a vacation. I don't have to be like, if I don't feel like want to work today, I don't have to call you and be like, I don't want to have to do all of that. Like, is it just me? Am I entitled? Maybe, but that's okay. I don't know. That just doesn't interest me in this season of life. Not to say that things may not change, but in this season of life that I'm in right now, being a cancer survivor, 2-time cancer survivor, baby, 2 times. I just look at life so differently than I did before. But I've always had an interest in being an entrepreneur or being self-employed. So I didn't know in what way that it would, you know, show itself or reveal itself during my life. But I'm glad that it happened the way that it happened. And I just feel so blessed to be able to do that. And you can do it too. That's the craziest thing. A lot of people go to their jobs and they hate it. And they're like, oh my God, it's Monday. Everybody's like, oh, I don't want to go to work, you know. But we all got to make money, right? Obviously. But you can get out of it. You can get out of it doing something that you love. Even doing what you're doing now, you probably can get out of it and still do that same thing. Just do it on your own terms. You could, you know, figure it out. Be a consultant. There's so many consultants of everything in this world. You want to see the whole playlist about how I basically quit my job. There will be the playlist linked in the description box if you want to go back and watch all the full videos. Thank you so much for watching, and please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up so it can reach more people who need to hear this or who want to hear this. Until next time, y'all, stay safe.
I'm letting God handle all things above. The things I can't change are the